Nobody watches a football game for the center. The quarterback, yes. The kicker, maybe. But not the center.
Favorite player in the NFL to watch is Jason Kelce for the Eagles.
All right, unless you're Jacob Richard, although he himself is a center. And if you haven't yet, you probably should watch the Cardinals to see him.
To have the flexibility and the quickness and the strength and the endurance and the stamina and the intelligence and the personality. Pretty unique kid.
An all-MAC performer, and this past spring, quite literally the only player Cardinals coach Pete Lembo said had a job secured.
It's a great honor to, when you see things like that. But at the same time, I really try not to let it affect me at all. Got to where I am by attacking things a certain way, and don't want to change it for anything.
That was the hard way. We first profiled Richard last year as part of our story on now scholarshiped former walk-ons.
I got to see Jake on his recruiting visit. I think he weighed about 260 soaking wet at the time, and I'm looking like, ooh, I don't know.
When I first got here, my mentality was keep my head down and work as hard as I could every day.
I didn't really think very much of him. It was another young kid. But after about 2 or 3 days, I realized that he's pretty good. And as a matter of fact, we nicknamed him Mr. Perfect.
He didn't like it, but now he's kind of like embraced it. We joke about him with him.
Guys kind of say it in a teasing way, but they don't call you that if they don't respect you and think you can play pretty good football.
His technique was just that good for a guy without scholarship offers out of both high school and prep school.
Believed in himself so much that he knew he could get the job done. I don't know if he knew to this extent, but if you're an everyday guy and you can give tremendous effort and that's how you're wired, the sky's the limit.
Richard's work ethic has carried him to the Remington Trophy watch list, the award given to the nation's top center, and as a national semifinalist for the Campbell Award, nicknamed the Academic Heisman.
He doesn't have an ounce of quit in his body.
He has it. I don't know what it really is. I don't know if anybody really does, but he's a leader of men.
God forbid if he ever became a football coach, I could see him probably, being like a governor.
But he'd first like a shot at the pros, following the footsteps of his brother Jamie, a former Indianapolis Colt.
Take the same effort and focus every single day and practice to get better, and in games to put my best foot forward. And then, from there, it's going to take, probably some luck as well. And I'm not the biggest guy, and really just got to, find somebody out there that'll give me a shot.
In fact, Richard today would be the smallest center in the NFL and one of only 9 under 300 pounds. He'd join injured Eagles center David Molk as the only pair standing at 6'1". But at some point, size is just a number. Richard lets his play do the talking.
Played Iowa, and he gets a letter from Kirk Ferentz, after the game. So, people notice my experience with people who've played pro football. He's every bit as good as anybody I've ever had.
He's the American dream. He really is. He absolutely started at the bottom, and now he's all the way at the top of the top. And how many people can be a walk-on at any program and then be a 2-time captain and be as effective as he is when the tape is rolling and you're watching and say, wow, this guy is a playmaker, even though he doesn't catch the ball.
Because catching the ball would just be too easy. Remember, nobody watches football for the center, unless maybe your name is Jake Richard. Joel Godet, BallStateSports.com.